Hello, and welcome to another installment of Influence, the show where we talk about the ways that the College of Ag and Life Sciences advances teaching, research, and service throughout the whole college, the state, and really abroad. I'm your host, Corey Bailey, and I serve as the Director of Enrollment, Retention, and Outreach. Today we have a really good show. I've got two special guests here with me to talk about the Mississippi Youth Institute. But before we do that, I'd just like to remind our viewers that you can always stay connected with us. We are on social media platforms like Facebook, X, and Instagram. And we also have our website that you can always check at any time to learn how we are celebrating our students, the work they're doing in the classroom and really outside of the classroom. We like to highlight our faculty and staff and some of their research, and then we also like to let you know about upcoming events. So going back to my guest for today, we're going to start with Rebecca Picard. She is here from the World Food Prize and specifically going to talk to us about the Mississippi Youth Institute. So welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
How long have you been coming to Mississippi State now?
This is my second time at Mississippi State, and I'm really happy to be here again.
Okay. So will you start off by just talking about what do you do with the World Food Prize and how did you start in that career pathway?
Sure. I've been with the World Food Prize for about 4 years now, and I'm currently the Senior Director of Global Youth Programs and Partnerships, but I was brought on to run our International Internship Program. So I have had a career in leadership development programming and education programs, so I was brought in to focus specifically on that, and now I oversee all of our youth programming. But my interest in food systems really came from my first career. I spent 12 years in the restaurant industry, and that really introduced me to my interest in local food systems, the dynamics of the labor market and immigration, and also my passion for cuisine and diplomacy of food.
So we've talked about the Mississippi Youth Institute, and what is its connection to the World Food Prize at large, and what are we trying to accomplish with the Youth Institutes?
Sure. The World Food Prize Foundation was founded by Dr. Norman Borlaug, and he was the father of the Green Revolution. He was a 1970 Nobel Peace Prize winner, and he really believed in the power of youth engagement in solving the world's most challenging problems. And so he came up with the idea of the Youth Institute to bring students together to talk about those pressing issues. So the World Food Prize Foundation has a global challenge curriculum. Prior to the Youth Institute, students choose a topic and a country of their choice as it relates to global food security. They research the issues, they put together the paper, and then they come to a Youth Institute. On this day, they come usually to a university campus where they get to share their ideas, their research, they get to explore new ideas with different faculty and local experts. And it's really an opportunity as well for universities to showcase their research, their campus to prospective students.
So just for our viewers at home, that's actually what brings Rebecca to campus today, is it's actually taking place right now. And before we started this interview, we came from some of the roundtable discussions. What are some of the topics that our students are here presenting on?
I think at the Mississippi Youth Institute today, the most popular topics were water and sanitation and malnutrition. In the group that I joined, we explored poverty, sustainable agriculture, and it was really an opportunity for students to dig deep into really challenging problems, and I really love to see how the students really, they're interested in tackling huge issues and thinking really deeply about these things.
If you were going to walk into a classroom and empower a student to take part in this, but they're nervous about the aspect of research, what advice would you give them?
The research piece, from what I've heard from students, was the most fun part for them. They really got to think about things that they'd never thought about before. But the coming to campus and presenting is what they're nervous about. And what I like to tell people is that we're here to listen to you. That's why we're here. And so we want to hear creative solutions and bold solutions, thinking outside the box. And it's an opportunity for them to use their voice and have a seat at the table, even if just for today. That's what we're here to do.
And the big picture. How do you think, in terms of influence, right, just like our namesake is, what influence do you think that Mississippi is having on these global issues in agriculture?
Oh, I think Mississippi is having a huge influence. I mean, even just bringing the students here today to campus to talk about big issues, to showcase what the university is doing around some of these issues, how they're engaging both in other countries and locally in the local context. Mississippi has a massive influence on students and what they're choosing to do with their lives and what kind of impact they want to make.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here today. This has been some very helpful information, and I really hope that we can get more students involved in the Mississippi Youth Institute. We have to take a break now, but when we come back, I'm actually going to talk with an instructor that's in the high school who has notoriously been an advocate for this program and has brought students to campus year in and year out. And I can't wait to talk to her and learn more about what she does to empower those students in the classroom. So stay tuned.
Think you know Ag? Think again.
We are creative.
We protect the environment.
We prepare for careers in medicine and conduct research.
We empower people and communities.
We are technology driven.
And we feed and clothe the world. We are the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Mississippi State University.
Welcome back. One of the steps that students must take if they're going to participate in the Mississippi Youth Institute is to find a mentor or a supporter that can help guide that process. And with us today, we have Ms. Gail Clark with us. She has been an avid supporter in the classroom and one that students look to many a times to help guide their research. So welcome to the set, Gail.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so welcome to Influence. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what inspired you to get involved with the Mississippi Youth Institute.
Okay, so my professional career, I was a high school agricultural education teacher for 16 years, and I was also an FFA advisor. So I know the value of student leadership, student projects to help them grow, and also serving their community. And when I found out about the World Food Prize program, I was out of the classroom, but still had a lot of contact with agriculture teachers and extension agents around the state of Mississippi. And so I joined with Dr. Scott Willard. He started the program, the Youth Institute here at Mississippi State, and I helped him get the word out about the program. And encouraged other agriculture teachers and extension agents to get their FFA and their 4-H students involved in the program because it was so valuable. I also learned a little bit more about the program through National FFA. They're a big supporter of World Food Prize, and the World Food Prize Conference is always the week before National FFA Convention. So a lot of students, a lot of supporters, and people who support the World Food Prize leave Des Moines, Iowa and go straight to National FFA Convention, and they talk very highly of the program and the experiences that the students had there.
Well, we celebrate the students throughout the whole process,
Absolutely.
the whole day, but just in case you don't hear it enough, thank you for the work that you do in the classroom to help promote it. I'm curious to know, though, more about that support system. What does it take for a supporter or a mentor to bring these students through this process?
So basically, even though I was out of the classroom when I got involved with World Food Prize and the Youth Institute, it's great, I've discovered, and it's great that the team at World Food Prize has the essay and the research part of the program very well lined out. It's step by step. So I was able to take the program into a classroom and just teach the students what they needed to do. The teacher in the classroom understood the process, and they were able to adapt it as part of their instruction, no matter what unit they were working on, because the students were looking at an issue that had to do with agriculture or food insecurity or education, any social issue. And it made it easy to incorporate that into the regular lesson or any subject really that students were learning. And so it was a lot of fun to share it with teachers so that they can incorporate it into their classroom. And it's important that they have an adult supporting them and making it meaningful when they do the research and apply their interest and knowledge to helping resolve an issue for a foreign country.
I would imagine that in the classroom you have students who are at the top of their class who are always looking for ways to do other things, and then you have some that are a little bit more timid. But throughout all of those different learning styles and student types, what's been the most aha moment for you as you've observed students getting into this research?
The greatest thing I've seen are students who've been involved with mission work through their church or their community, and they make a personal connection with the country that they're researching. They may know a missionary who's been overseas, they may have been themselves, and when they can go and see these issues firsthand, they understand the impact that they can have to help solve a problem. And so it's been great to see students from all kinds of backgrounds, all academic levels, get involved and make their research personal.
I would imagine you are really making an influence on some of these students' lives and possibly what they would do after high school. I'm interested to know, for your sake, who has been an influence on your life, your career?
To be honest, it's the students that I've come in contact with. I've got over 30 years of experience in education in some way, shape, or form. And it's the young people that I've come in contact with who've developed into leaders, who are just getting started in their careers or just discovering who they want to be. They're my biggest influence, and they're the ones who keep me going, who keep me engaged, and also who link me to programs like this. Because the Youth Institute is a great way for a student to learn and explore and discover their interests and pursue a career or an internship that will make a huge difference in their lives. So it's the students who influence me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining us today. That's all that we have time for today. But starting today, we're actually going to start letting you know that we have launched a program called Nominate a Student. And if you look at the QR code on the screen right now, if you know someone who is interested in pursuing a degree in the College of Ag and Life Sciences, or if you yourself would like to join us, you can scan that QR code, nominate yourself or someone else, and our recruitment team will be in touch with you with next steps, more information, so that you have all of the information that you need to be a successful student here in the College of Ag and Life Sciences. Again, thank you so much for joining us for Influence, and we'll see you next time.